All right, y'all. Welcome to the live. Offset has just realized just released the most disrespectful track about Cardi B and Stephon Diggs. And as a mother, I need to talk about what this means for their three children. Let's get into this tea. Let's get right on into it, okay? All right. Okay, so let me catch you all up if you haven't been following this mess. Honey, back in July 2024, Cardi B filed for divorce from Offset. Not because of cheating this time, but because she said they just grew apart. Mm-hmm. Fast forward a few months, said and Cardi B announced she's pregnant. Okay, but not with Offset's baby, honey. She's expecting who? With NFL player Stephon Diggs. Okay, all right. Yes. Now here's where it gets messy. Okay? Their divorce still not finalized. They're technically still married while Cardi is having another man's baby. And Offset has been watching it all play out. So what does he do? Honey, he drops his album, Haunted by Fame, on October 25th with a track called No Sweat, where he absolutely drags the filth out of Stephon and Cardi B. The shade, the shade. Now, you know Cardi B, she did respond on social media, calling it dark energy and hate messages she's been getting. This is messy, y'all, but we're not surprised. We're not surprised by any of the mess at all. Not at all. We're not surprised. So yeah, let's get into these messages, y'all, and into the lyrics. Now, I will say, y'all, this is a whole vibe. It's a whole vibe, and so I'm not really mad at the music, but yeah, he definitely hit back at Cardi. But we're not really surprised by it because Cardi hit back at she started. I ain't gonna say she started it, but her whole album or song on her album definitely was hitting at him at an Offset. But now he's back hitting at Cardi. I'm gonna get it together, okay? Okay, let's get into some to these lyrics. Let's break these lyrics down. Let's get into it. So for the first line, it says, "How the f you leave Jordan for Rodman?" Now, y'all, if you don't know basketball, Michael Jordan is considered the absolute GOAT, and he is, okay? He's the greatest of all time. Dennis Rodman, he was known for being wild. Yeah, he was. Unpredictable and messy. So Offset is basically saying, you left the best for mess. That's calculated shade. That's right. So that was line one. Let's get into the next line that stood out. Okay, let's just dissect this thing. Okay. So now let's move on to line two. So line two says, "How you married and still giving birth?" He called out the fact that Cardi is having Stephon's baby while still legally married. Mm. That's not just tea, that's him publicly humiliating her about the timeline of their relationship. And throughout the album, honey, there were more references to the situation. This wasn't just one verse, he made this a whole entire thing. He just drug our girl. He wants everyone to know that he feels about the situation. And that's kind of how Cardi B and Offset do. They go back and forth. I mean, they are both rappers, so again, we're not surprised. But let's get into what I really came to talk about. This is what got me, because these guys have been going through this divorce, and they've been going back and forth with each other for quite some time. And let's get into what I came for. The biggest issue that I have with this. So here's the deal. Now, here's what I really, really want to talk about, and this is where my heart breaks for the whole family. Offset and Cardi have three children altogether. Culture, Cutie Pie, 6 years old, and Wave is three. And he's a cute. And they just welcomed a baby girl. These are all real children caught in the middle of real public war. Okay? Let me tell y'all something. Culture is 6 years old. And she's so smart. Can't y'all tell she's smart and bright? She can read. She has access to the internet. She can see her father making songs about her mother. She can see millions of people commenting on her family situation. She can hear her classmates talking about it all at school. She can. And she's smart too. She's a smart little girl. She's so cute. Okay, y'all. Child psychologists have done studies on this, and the results are heartbreaking. Children of high conflict divorces have 40% higher rate of anxiety and depression. When parents publicly fight kids, internalize that conflict, they blame themselves. They think they think if I were just better, maybe mommy and daddy wouldn't be fighting. And here is what really gets me. This isn't a private argument. This is playing out for millions and millions to see. Every time Offset drops a lyric, every time Cardi responds on Instagram, their children are traumatized, because all this is being documented for the world. Guys, once you put stuff online, you can't take it back, period. There's, it's always out there forever. Wave is only 3, so he might not understand now, but in a few years, he'll Google his parents' names and find all of this. The baby girl will grow up with their documented online forever. So I'm not saying parents can't divorce. I mean, right, parents divorce all the time. I'm not saying they can't move on and find new relationships, but there is a way to do there's a way to do things to protect their children. So making the diss tracks, clapping backs on social media, that's choosing their ego over the kids' emotional well-being. And both Offset and our girl Cardi B need to hear that. Okay. Now I will say firsthand, I know what it is to actually co-parent, and co-parenting is not an easy task. It's not. However, I will say this: when you co-parent, if you could just remember to put the kids first, just think about the kids first, and it does help. It does makes not perfect. So I'm not saying I'm not knocking them because people are not perfect, but I think that will be helpful. I think that will help them if they will stop and think about how this will affect their children's future. Okay. Now I want to hear from you guys. Y'all let me know, what do y'all think about this whole situation? And if you're coming through the replay, let us know. Have you ever been through a divorce? Have you ever co-parented in a difficult situation? And how did you protect your children from the adult drama? And like I just kind of shared with you, I do understand how this goes with the co-parenting. I think the biggest thing is just try to keep the kids in kids' place, deal with the parents, you know, and just that's all you really can do. And try not to argue in front of them. You know what I mean? Try. Okay, like I said, people are not perfect because but whether you're a celebrity or not, the struggles are real. The difference is most of us don't have millions and millions of people watching us every day. And I get it. They're always being watched. So if you record your Offset, what would you do differently? Would you keep it private for the kids? Would you respond publicly? Just let us know, okay? Now, the situation is far from over. Y'all know that already. The divorce isn't finalized because this divorce has been going on for so long. You would think that would be done, but they're not. Clearly, Offset has more to say. Cardi's not backing down. You know Cardi ain't backing down. She's gonna come with the fire. You already know she's coming. She's quiet now, but maybe she's just resting because she's pregnant. I know she's coming with some fire eventually. I'll be keeping you updated on all of this. So we'll come back, we'll revisit, we'll talk about it later as time unfolds. Okay? So now, y'all, before we get into our trending topics, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to get all into the trending topics. Okay? So give me like 2 minutes and I'll be right back. Okay. Be right back. Just a second. 2-3 minutes and I'll be back. Okay? All right.
beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good karma is a must. Still my shooter in the cut. I was stuck inside a rut. Played the game, made bank, moved G. Anything to get a buck. You won't find me in the club. I'm in the lab trying to sharpen up the sword. Swinging blades at these scrubs. Bitches flock like bugs to the light. Yeah, right. Treat my hoes like these raps. I don't really got a type. Off top, bullshitting. All I needed was a mic. Yeah. Hey, pass the rock, it's all butter. Pack your bags and take flight. Don't worry, it's all covered. Hey, live your life while you can. Our days are all numbered. Rain could cause thunder, but the sun comes after, clearing up the disaster.
Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back, I'm focused on what's in front of me. Everybody days a number, but I'm still here luckily. I know that God got me, so I'm in good company. Yeah.
I got some places I should take you to see. You know it's easy when you ride with a G. Light speed, moving fast through the city, trying to find me some peace. I finally lived to be the guy that I was dying to be. Still I got some trust issues, people lie through their teeth. The more I grew, the more they hide in the crease. Squad building, weak members get released. If we trying to compete, starting pitchers need relief. Bro, we building a team, everybody got a niche. I've been known to play mine to a T, but it's time for me to lead. Picking dirt right out the cleats. Steep path, roadblocks in the streets, trying to knock me off my feet, cause the devil never sleeps. So I don't sleep too, and trying to breach safes that I didn't have the keys to. We all been victims of trauma we ain't agreed to, but the sun comes after, starting up a new chapter.
Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back, I'm focused on what's in front of me. Everybody days a number, but I'm still here luckily. I know that God got me, so I'm in good company. Yeah. Isn't it lovely?
Beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good karma is a must. Still my shooter in the cut. I was stuck inside a rut. Played the game, made bank, moved G. Anything to get a buck. You won't find me in the club. I'm in the lab trying to sharpen up the sword. Swinging blades at these scrubs. Bitches flock like bugs to the light. Yeah, right. Treat my hoes like these raps. I don't really.
Okay, y'all, welcome back to the live. Thank you for being so patient. Let's get right down into it. Let's get to our trending topics. We're done talking about that we're done talking about that. But let's talk about one of our favorite groups, okay? Trending topics. Let's get into it. And I'm excited about this part. Yay, okay? So yeah, our girl, now you know, Toni Braxton and her whole family are all in the news. But here's some good news, right? Toni Braxton is going on tour with a new edition, okay? And I'm excited about it. In fact, I want to go, okay? I really, really want to go. I'm so excited about it. It's called the New Edition Way Tour, okay? It starts out on January 28th, 2026 in Oakland, California. And it's going to be a long tour. I'm excited for them. It's going to be really good. So it's going to be, New Edition. And let me see here. Let's pull up I have a little bit of the tour here. We're just gonna get into just a little bit. There we have it. Oh yeah, Boys to Men. How can I forget? They're all kind of the same. Anyway, so New Edition Boys to Men featuring Miss Toni Braxton. That's gonna be a really, really good concert. I am so excited about it. So kudos to them. It's gonna be a landmark event that will take place nationwide in 30 cities. So yeah, again, that starts on January 28th, Oakland, California. So whoop whoop, can't wait to hear. I bet it's gonna be a nice concert. So I'm excited about that. And I might go myself. Yep. Okay, y'all, let's move on. I just want to touch on that. And now let's get into a little bit of tea on Mr. Who, P. Diddy. So yeah, P. Diddy was moved to a new facility, and I just have to give an update about our boy P. Diddy. He's moved to a new facility, and I want to make sure I get the name right. Let's see. I forget the name, but I'm gonna find the name. I almost forgot the name of the Fort Dix. I'm sorry, guys. It's called former Fort Dix facility. It looks like a guy by the name of Joe. Cross his name, but he is a reality show on a reality show. Joe Duices. Yeah, I don't. Diudices. He gave P Diddy advice for the new facility. He said that as long as you have money, like you're golden, basically. So the key quote, the key thing to survive in this new facility, he told him was that as long as you got money, you got no problems. That's what he said. And it looks like he was on a reality show, and that particular person was there for at least a year. I don't really know him. I don't know him that well, but apparently a lot of other people do. Because I'm just not into that show. But yeah, let's keep going. Okay. So yeah. But there have been different things. People been talking about it. So here's Mr. P. Diddy. Okay. And then they just kind of share pictures of him. Look at all that gray on P. Diddy. Oh my goodness. He's all grayed out. But yeah, well, what do we expect? So there's that. So yeah, P. Diddy is out in, we're not out, y'all. He's in a new facility. Again, the Fort Dix. And I guess it's a totally different situation for him. And let's keep going. And this is what I was talking about here. Sorry, y'all. Former Fort Dix inmate Joe Gudusi, he shares one piece of advice, and I just kind of let you know about that. If you have money, you're good. Isn't that something? But anyway, he served 1 year, so he gave P Diddy some advice. Anyway, I thought that was pretty cool, and it's kudos him giving us some advice. And then, so I want to touch on that. And then, lastly, I just wanted to touch on the fact about his girls. His girls, they're so cute. Let's take a look at the twins. The twins for Halloween, they dressed up as the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. Aren't they cute? And I don't know, that's the picture I grabbed. Not sure why we don't have. I don't know why we don't necessarily have the top of their head, but that's the picture that I grabbed, and that's all I have on that. Okay, so yeah, that's what we have. The twins. So I did want to touch a little bit more on Offset. Okay, so just a little bit more details on Offset, and I didn't necessarily grab that article. Let me see if I have it because I wanted to. This is kind of related, but not related. Let's see if I grabbed it because I forgot to put it over here. But nevertheless, we'll just use this. Okay, we're going to use this for now, but the truth of the matter, this is about Offset, and this is really not about his album or necessarily Cardi B, but this is just about all the things he has going on. So, Offset, outside of what we talked about earlier, is being sued by a security guard by the name of Jim Sanchez over a March 2025 incident of madmen lax discrepancy. Ooh, girl, did I say that? Dispensary. No, yeah, girl can't see. Sanchez claims Offset became hostile and struck him in the face after being asked for ID. Dang, that's heavy. If that happened, my goodness. The lawsuit includes allegations of assault, battery, and intentional infliction and emotional distress. TMZ was the first to report the story. U.S. Weekly confirmed court documents filed November the 1st. So just recently happened. They were just filed, not just happened. Yeah, so he got a lot going on there. Yeah, let's see. Anything else you guys need to know about that? So, it's not just one punch, it's about a pattern. Offset's legal drama is stacking up, and the optics are messy. If the lawsuit gains traction, it could further complicate his financial and public image recovery. The timing, brutal. With Cardi B moving on and his tax woes mounting, the lawsuit added another layer, sure did, to the narrative of the store under siege. So now the reason this is also significant is because this kind of goes back to the name of his album actually. He kind of talks about fame and all that comes with fame. So the name of his album is called Haunted by fame. So this all kind of correlates together, just brings it all together. But yeah, that's our boy. I don't know what to say, but he got a lot going on. But most celebrities do. And I know he has a sex tax situation. So this just adds up. Just adding up to what he got going on. But there's that. Okay, y'all, that's all I have. It's kind of short and kind of sweet. I kind of want to touch on a little bit on what was going on with Cardi and Mr. Offset. Now, I know Cardi is going to come back with something. I know she is, okay? I know she is. So, yeah, let's do our little wrap up, okay? And then we're going to move on, all right? So let's just talk about what we talked about real briefly. If you're just joining us, we're just going to do a quick wrap up. We talked about Offset, his new album. Again, like I stated before, his album, the little bit that I did here is a bop. And only thing is, he did drag Cardi B and Stefan all up and through that album. But he did. But it does sound good. I'm not going to lie. It sounds really good. Now, Offset is talented. He just needs to get it together, I guess. But he is talented. Anyway, he drags her all up and through there. So we talked a little bit about that. We talked about the parenting, the co-parenting, and again, if you don't know, my biggest pet peeve about is the children. Like, take care of whatever y'all adults got going on, whatever. Take care of the kids. And I don't like when they kind of drag each other because, in this case, because it's going to affect the kids. That's my biggest pet peeve with all of this. But moving on, that's just me. This is my opinion. And we kind of talked about how it affects the babies. Moving on, moving on. Then we kind of rolled into trending topics, and we talked about Tony Braxton going on tour with Boys to Men and New Edition. Okay, which is going to be cool. I gave you some quick update on that information. Then we talked about P. Diddy, an update on him. You know, he had been moved to Fort Dix and how he was doing. He's great. He's grayed out all the things. So we talked about that as well. hmm And then we kind of just talked about Offset again because Offset has a lot going on. So I just touched on some other things about him because he does have a lot going on. And we just talked about that. So that's all I have for you tonight. Okay, this morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Y'all, thank you for coming through. Welcome, a new T Tribe. If you're new to the T Tribe, welcome. If you've been here, I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are almost to 1,000 subscribers, and I will try to start doing lives at least twice a week versus once a week. So I'm working on that, y'all. I'm working on coming live more often. So be sure to subscribe though and share, okay? But as I always say, we can't change anyone else. Only can change ourselves. Focus on the things you can control and not on things you can't. I'll be back with another one. Thank you. Smooches. Bye bye. See ya. I'll be back.